Surprise, surprise, surprise. I know everybody loves surprise. This is your boy, Madmike, coming at you guys with another Atlanta Falcons video. And here are my surprise cuts for you guys. So this is going to be an interesting offseason training camp. A lot of players on this Atlanta Falcons team, a lot of talented guys. You know, we brought in a lot of rookies, guys like Braylon Trice, Brandon Dorless. Like, these guys are very talented. So there's going to be a few cuts, in my opinion, that we're going to be looking at and say to ourselves, like, I know we don't want to have to make it. I know we may not, may not want to trade some guys, but that could very well be the case. But if we can't trade guys, we're going to cut them. So let's get straight to it, man. The first one, and I think this is a difficult one for me, personally, because I think Tavon Graham, all right? Tavon Graham, for me, man, I think he has all the talent. He's coming back from a torn meniscus, same injury that kept out Kyle Pitts. Both of those guys have significant injury, so we're trying to get them the best. But the thing is, that's, not really working in his favor is he's not their guy. A lot of defensive guys want their guy. A lot of coaches want their guy. Not to say that Tavon Graham isn't a quality guy, because he's very good in the run. He can get after the quarterback. He's a balanced defensive lineman. But the numbers, being that the Atlanta Falcons have a number of guys that they're really interested in and bringing in their own scheme and their philosophy. This could be a tough cut for the Atlanta Falcons with Tavon Graham, so do not be surprised. The second one, man, I just think this is, far-fetched, but do not be surprised, because we got guys like Carlos Washington Jr. He's still on the squad. A couple of running backs for the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, we have Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, but Jace McClellan, yeah, he's a young running back that we're just now seeing, but there's no guarantee, because you were drafted, that you're going to stay. He's going to have to show his skills, because again, you Falcons have a guy in Avery Williams coming back from a torn ACL. We may be able to kind of figure out, as far as he is concerned, what will be, the case for him for special teams. So that's another guy. And Jace McClellan to kind of keep a close eye on this as a surprise cut. Another guy, Rondale Moore. The Atlanta Falcons have been struggling with speed, and more speed. Now, you had guys like Scotty Miller last year, and in my opinion, the Falcons did not utilize, and I think you guys know they didn't utilize him the proper way. So looking at a guy like Rondale Moore, I think he definitely have value for this Atlanta Falcons team should he play. But again, when you have guys like Casey Washington, Money, these guys are going to put a lot of pressure on these coaching staff, and I think that's what they want. You want to have as many options at wide receiver, as many options that you can have. And Rondale Moore, with the speed, his ability to do multiple things, run those end around routes, end arounds, kind of be the Deebo Samuel, so to speak, in the middle of the field for the Atlanta Falcons. Rondale Moore could definitely provide that speed for him. So, but Money, being that he's not one of their guys, they did trade for him, so they do see some value in him. But we'll see what happens when it comes down to Rondale Moore. The next one is Lorenzo Carter. Now, again, this goes back to what I was saying about teams and coaches and their guys. Being that Lorenzo Carter is not their guy, they did not sign him. They did not trade for him. They did not bring him in. Granted that he's a wonderful talent, I think he still can do some things for the Atlanta Falcons, getting after the quarterback. But again, when you have guys like Brandon Norris, Douglas, you have guys like Zach Harrison, Arnold Ebiketie. There's a lot of guys that the Atlanta Falcons are going to put at that edge position. And you got guys like, Caden Ellis. A lot of people don't realize he's a guy that can get after the quarterback as well. They may want to try some things with Troy Anderson to see if he can play a little bit of spot edge and, just utilize his skill set and his size in its entirety. So he's another one of those guys to kind of keep a close eye on Lorenzo Carter. But Falcons may want his veteran leadership, but do not be surprised that Lorenzo Carter is cut by the Atlanta Falcons. And quite frankly, man, I told you about the wide receiver, but the Falcons have a deep wide receiver core. Now, do not be surprised if the Falcons end up cutting a guy like RayRay McLoud. Now, again, he's another one of those speed guys. I doubt it. The Falcons may seriously be thinking about, using a lot of speed. And you might be looking at a guy like Mooney and a guy like Casey Washington. Like, Casey Washington is really taking a lot of guys, by surprise as far as his skill set. The dude just has a knack to make big plays. And I think those are the things that you have to take into account. The guys that just have the knack for making big plays. Now, he may not have the best speed. He may not have the best size. But for whatever reason, man, every time you turn around, this dude is making a big-time throw, a tough catch, a big-time catch, and making those, when you make those big-time throws, those fade routes and whatnot, he always comes down with them. So he's that type of guy where, it's like you throw it up, he's going to make a play. So a guy like Casey Washington could very well put pressure on this Atlanta Falcons coaching staff to cut a newly signed RayRay McLoud. Again, it may not happen, but do not be surprised if the Atlanta Falcons cut RayRay McLoud. And the last one, I think, again, that goes back to the depth. Depth is a good thing, but when you have so many guys that you're bringing in, a lot of young guys, some XFL guys, but UFL guys, the Atlanta Falcons could quite possibly be looking at, again, he's going to be competing with a guy like Tavon Graham. So Kentavious Street is another guy to keep a close eye on, even though he's a veteran guy. Even though he's come in and he's gotten after the quarterback, he helped apply pressure. When the Atlanta Falcons lost Grady Jarrett to an ACL tear himself. So he's one of those guys that came in, played well when he was healthy. The Atlanta Falcons had a little bit of issue kind of keeping healthy after Grady Jarrett. It just went downhill for whatever reason for the Atlanta Falcons, that defensive line. But having a guy like Kentavious Street, man, did well for the Atlanta Falcons. But do not be surprised if Kentavious Street is a surprise cut for your Atlanta Falcons. So this has been your boy, Madmike. All right, if you enjoyed this video, continue to support your boy here at Madmike Sports. Surprise cuts for the Atlanta Falcons. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm out of here, baby. Deuces.